Have you ever paused to really look at a bustling forest, maybe a vibrant coral reef, or even just, the busy world of insects in your own backyard, and wondered, how on earth do all these countless living things manage to coexist without total, utter chaos?
It is pretty incredible, isn't it? Like this huge, intricate dance, and somehow everyone seems to know their steps.
Exactly.
Uh,
So today we're going to pull back the curtain on two fundamental, really fascinating ideas in ecology that help us understand this incredible organization: community and niche.
Key concepts.
Yeah, and we've sifted through a fantastic stack of research and notes, basically distilled these core ideas to make it easy for you to grasp them quickly, maybe even see the natural world with fresh eyes afterwards.
That's the goal.
Our mission today is simple: help you really understand what an ecological community is, what a niche means for individual species, why these concepts are so vital for, well, the health of our planet, and how they play out in the real world, the messy, beautiful, real world.
You ready to do some imagining?
Definitely. We'll be exploring some truly wild scenarios as we go. Okay, so to truly understand how this amazing organization unfolds, let's start with the basics. The fabric of interaction, you could say. What exactly is an ecological community?
Good starting point.
Think of it like this, maybe. If your school is a place where many different types of students, the math whizzes, the art stars, the athletes, the science buffs, they all come together and interact. Well,
Uh-huh.
an ecological community is sort of similar. It's all the interacting populations of different species living together in the same specific area. It's not just a collection of things, it's a living, breathing system of relationships.
Right, the interaction part is key.
Absolutely. So imagine a local park community. It's way more than just the oak trees, right?
How much more?
It includes all those towering oaks, yes,
Mhm.
but also the population of squirrels chattering in their branches, the specific kinds of moss clinging to the damp soil, the busy earthworms tunneling under the grass,
The birds nesting.
the birds nesting high up, the ladybugs munching on aphids, and even the millions of unseen bacteria and fungi doing their thing in the soil.
Yeah, the invisible workers.
Totally. And these communities are constantly being shaped by what scientists call biotic interactions, which is really just a fancy way of saying interactions between living things.
Hmm.
So we're talking about everything from competition like who gets the best spot for sunlight or the tastiest berries,
Hmm.
to predation, who eats whom for dinner.
The classic food web stuff.
And symbiosis, too, where two different species might actually team up and help each other out in some really remarkable ways. It's a bustling, dynamic place.
And what's truly fascinating here is how all these interactions weave together. They create this living, breathing system
Right.
full of intricate give and take.
Right.
And as we dive into communities, it's probably worth taking just a quick moment to remember their fundamental building blocks. Because before, you have a community of different species interacting.
You need the groups of the same species first.
Exactly. We need to understand what makes up a group of the same species. So let's quickly clarify. What is a population?
Good question.
In ecology, a population is basically just all the individuals of the same species living together in one specific area at a particular time.
Okay.
So, for example, if you see, say, 100 white-tailed deer grazing in a particular meadow, that's one deer population.
Got it. All the deer together.
Right. Or if a specific type of wildflower covers a whole hillside, that's a population of that wildflower.
Makes sense.
So that park community we were just talking about is actually made up of dozens, maybe even hundreds of different populations. A population of oak trees, a population of gray squirrels, a population of robins, and so on.
Okay.
And the health and size of these individual populations are really crucial because they directly influence the overall stability and balance of the entire community they belong to.
Okay. So the pieces affect the whole picture.
Precisely. Think of it like individual threads weaving together to make a strong, resilient fabric. If one type of thread weakens or breaks.
The whole fabric can start to unravel.
Exactly.
All right, so we have these individual populations, these specific threads making up these rich, complex communities, these fabrics. Now let's talk about the real magic, maybe the secret to how this amazing organization works, the part that ensures not everyone is trying to do the exact same thing at the same time.
The roles they play.
Yes, and that brings us to, what is a niche? This is where it gets incredibly interesting, I think, because a niche is essentially a species' complete job description, its unique role in the ecosystem.
Its profession, almost.
Kind of. It describes everything a species does to survive, reproduce, and interact within its environment. It's way more than just where it lives. That's its habitat, right? Its
Right,
address.
habitat is just the place.
A niche also includes what it eats or how it gets energy. Think of that as its grocery list and maybe its cooking methods.
Huh.
And crucially, how it interacts with every other living and non-living thing around it. Is it a stealthy predator? A quick-moving prey animal? A vital pollinator? A tireless decomposer? Or maybe it plays several different roles depending on the season or its life stage.
It's multifaceted.
Totally. To make this relatable, think about your own role within your family or maybe your group of friends. Are you the one who always brings the snacks?
Or tells the
Or
jokes.
tells the jokes, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the one who organizes everything. Every role is important, right?
Yeah.
Well, nature kind of works the same way.
Good analogy.
A fantastic example in the wild is, say, a honeybee. Its niche includes not just collecting nectar and pollen for its colony.
Which is its food source.
Right. But in doing that, it performs the absolutely vital role of pollinator for countless plants. And this supports plant reproduction, which then provides food for loads of other creatures and helps maintain biodiversity.
Quite the busy little specialist.
You bet.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, thinking about these specific, specialized roles really clarifies how order emerges from all that activity. Let's look at a few more niche examples from our sources, just to make it even clearer.
Okay, great.
A red fox, for instance. It fills the niche of a medium-sized predator. So its job involves hunting small mammals like rabbits and voles,
Okay.
which helps keep their populations in check and prevents them from eating all the vegetation.
Right, population control.
Exactly. Or think about dung beetles. Maybe not the most glamorous,
Ha, probably not.
but their niche is primarily as a detritivore and decomposer. They roll and bury animal waste.
Somebody's got to do it.
Someone does. And in doing so, they're not just cleaning up the environment, they're recycling nutrients back into the soil, they're aerating it, even helping disperse seeds sometimes. Without them, things would be a lot messier and less fertile.
Wow, okay. Never thought much about dung beetles.
They're important. Then, of course, you have something like a mighty oak tree. It's niche. It's a primary producer.
Makes its own food using sunlight.
Right, photosynthesis. It converts sunlight into energy, forming the base of many food chains. It provides oxygen, shelter, and food acorns for squirrels and deer, leaves for insects, for just countless other species.
A real cornerstone.
Definitely. And let's not forget fungi. Often the unsung heroes, wouldn't you say?
Totally overlooked sometimes.
Their niche is as powerful decomposers. They break down dead wood, leaf litter, all that organic matter. And in doing so, they release essential nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus back into the soil, making them available for new plants to grow.
So they're like nature's recyclers.
Absolutely. And what's truly remarkable about all this is that while niches can overlap a little bit,
Sure.
every species usually has a distinct set of characteristics defining its unique niche. And this uniqueness is actually incredibly clever because it minimizes direct competition between different species for the exact same resources.
Ah, so it prevents everyone from fighting over the same exact thing.
Pretty much. It allows for more biodiversity to coexist.
That's a key point. And it's not just a happy accident, right? There are actual ecological strategies involved here. For instance, ecologists talk about something called resource partitioning.
Mm-hmm. Important concept.
Yeah, it's basically where species with seemingly similar needs actually divide up resources to avoid that direct competition.
How does that work?
Well, imagine two different bird species, and they both eat insects from the same type of tree, instead of like fighting over every single bug.
Which would be inefficient.
Right. One species might specialize in foraging for insects only on the upper branches, while the other focuses maybe on the lower trunk and the ground nearby.
Ah, they split the territory.
Exactly. They're effectively sharing the tree, but each has carved out its own specific hunting ground or maybe even a different time of day to hunt. It's like this subtle dance that allows more species to thrive together in the same community.
That makes a lot of sense. It's specialization. And sometimes a species niche is so incredibly impactful that if you remove that species, the whole ecosystem can, well, sort of cascade into chaos. We call such a species a keystone species.
Keystone?
Like
In an archway?
Precisely. Think of the arch of a stone bridge.
Yeah.
The keystone is that single central stone at the very top that holds the entire structure up. Remove that one stone.
And the whole thing collapses.
Exactly. A classic example in ecology is the sea otter in kelp forest ecosystems off the Pacific coast.
Okay, sea otters. Cute, but important.
Very important. Sea otters eat sea urchins, lots of them,
Urchins, those spiky things.
those spiky things. Now, if the otters disappear, maybe due to hunting or disease, the sea urchin populations can just explode.
Oh, okay.
And these suddenly superabundant, hungry urchins, they mow down the kelp forests, they eat the base of the kelp.
Oh, wow. They destroy the whole forest.
They can, yeah. And without the kelp, which provides food and shelter for so many other species, countless fish, seals, other invertebrates, those species start to disappear too.
So the otter, just by eating urchins.
Its niche as a predator of urchins is a keystone role.
Mm.
It's vital for maintaining the entire complex kelp forest community. It's not just one piece of the puzzle. It's like the piece that holds the whole puzzle frame together.
Wow, a keystone species that really drives home the importance, doesn't it? So, okay, what does this all mean for us? Why is having all these different unique niches and these especially important keystone roles so incredibly critical for an ecosystem?
Well, ecosystems quite literally depend on this rich diversity of niches. Every job, every role.
It's like a unique piece of a giant, intricate, interconnected puzzle, like you said. But some pieces, like those keystones, are maybe more critical to the overall structure.
Right.
And if you remove even what seems like a small piece, or especially one of those keystone pieces, the whole picture can start to fall apart.
Definitely.
Let's go back to our bee example, but think even bigger picture now. Imagine if suddenly all the bees and maybe other major pollinators just
A
vanish.
scary thought.
Yeah. Their niche, their special job of pollinating, would suddenly be vacant. Not just for one type of flower, but for countless plant species all across the globe. What happens then?
Well, reduced pollination. That means a dramatic decline in the plants that rely on them to reproduce.
Okay, fewer plants.
Fewer plants means less food for herbivores, the deer, the rabbits, the insects that eat those specific plants.
And that would ripple upwards.
Absolutely. That ripple effect continues right up the entire food web, impacting the predators who eat the herbivores and so on. It's a complete ecological domino effect.
Wow. So niches are really like the finely tuned gears of a clock, aren't they? They maintain balance through these essential processes: energy flow, nutrient cycling, population control, making sure the whole ecosystem keeps ticking along smoothly.
That's a great way to put it. The gears of the clock.
But this raises an interesting question then, doesn't it? What happens if two different species do try to fill the exact same niche? Like do the exact same job in the exact same way, in the exact same place and time?
The overlap question.
Yeah. What do you think would be the outcome then? If they both tried to be the keystone of the same arch or play the exact same role in that intricate dance? Take a moment, maybe. Think about that.
That's a critical question, and it's something ecologists have studied quite intensely. When there's significant niche overlap, meaning two different species are trying to occupy largely the same ecological role and use the exact same limited resources.
Like food or nesting sites.
Exactly. It almost inevitably leads to intense competition. Now, this isn't always like a dramatic fight you'd see on TV,
Right.
but it does mean that one species will generally be more efficient or maybe just slightly better adapted or perhaps luckier than the other at getting those shared resources.
Okay, so one has an edge.
One usually has some kind of edge, yes. And over time, the species with the edge, the more efficient one, will tend to outcompete the other. There's actually a principle for this, often called the competitive exclusion principle.
Competitive exclusion sounds serious.
It basically states that two species cannot coexist indefinitely if they are trying to occupy the exact same niche in the exact same place at the exact same time. Eventually, one will thrive, and the other will decline or be pushed out locally.
Got it. One wins, one loses, basically.
In the long run, often yes, if the niches are truly identical. Think about maybe two different taco restaurants.
Okay, I like tacos.
Right. Imagine they're trying to sell the world's best tacos, same price, same style, literally right next door to each other.
Prime real estate.
Unless there's an absolutely massive, unending demand for tacos right there.
Which, maybe there is.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But usually, one is likely to eventually do better than the other.
Right.
One might have a slightly better recipe, maybe faster service, maybe just better marketing.
Sure.
The other one will likely find it harder and harder to get customers and eventually might have to close down or move.
Mm-hmm.
Nature often works in a similar way, sometimes quite cutthroat, when niches overlap too much.
Okay.
For instance, remember those finches in the Galapagos Islands that Darwin studied?
Yeah, the different beaks.
Exactly. Different species of finches, while they all generally eat seeds, have evolved different beak sizes and shapes. This allows them to specialize in eating different sized or types of seeds.
Ah, resource partitioning again?
Precisely. Effectively partitioning the seed resource, which reduces the direct competition between them and allows multiple finch species to coexist on the same islands. If they all had identical beaks and tried to eat the exact same seeds,
Some would probably lose out.
it is very likely some species would disappear from certain areas. It's
Yeah.
this constant pressure that drives adaptation and specialization over time.
That makes sense. You're all doing fantastic work today, thinking like true ecologists. To really get these ideas to stick, let's do a quick mental activity together.
Fun.
Imagine you're not just observing an ecosystem, but you actually get to create your own little world. Maybe it's a vibrant meadow buzzing with life.
For a deep-sea hydrothermal vent community.
Ooh, interesting. Or even just the tiny complex world under a single fallen log in a forest. Your choice.
Okay, I got mine.
Now, in your imaginary world, what species would you include? Think about specific creatures, plants, fungi, whatever fits your scene, and more importantly, what specific, unique niche would you give each one?
The job description.
Exactly. Who are the producers making the energy? Who are the predators keeping things in check? And who are the vital decomposers, the recyclers of your little ecosystem?
Don't forget the decomposers.
Never. And can you picture at least one interaction between them? Maybe someone eating someone else, or perhaps two species helping each other out, like that oxpecker bird cleaning parasites off a zebra. Just picture all those connections in your mind.
Visualizing.
So as you build this mental ecosystem, let's do a quick check-in. Based on everything we've talked about today, how would you now define a community in ecology, in your own words? And what are those key factors that make up a species niche? Remember, it's more than just the address.
Habitat, food, interactions.
You got it. And finally, thinking about our competing taco places or those clever finches, why can't two species successfully share the exact same niche for very long in the natural world? What really happens in the long run?
Good questions to ponder.
Yeah, these are really the foundational questions that help us truly appreciate the amazing order we see in nature. Okay, so wrapping things up. What does this all mean for you, and how can you take this knowledge forward? Today, we've taken a real deep dive into ecological communities, those bustling neighborhoods of interacting species, and their unique niches, those special jobs each species performs.
Including those super important keystone species.
Absolutely, those keystones that hold so much together. It's all part of this elegant, self-regulating system, isn't it?
It truly is.
Yeah, the next time you're outside, whether you're in a city park, maybe hiking a trail, or honestly just observing a patch of weeds in a sidewalk crack, take a moment to really look.
Pay attention.
Yeah, you'll start to see communities and niches everywhere. From the earthworms aerating the soil, to the birds building those intricate nests, to the tiny insects pollinating flowers, you'll begin to understand the hidden order, the connections, the specific roles everyone plays in that grand ecological dance.
It's like learning a secret language that nature speaks.
Exactly.
And we really hope this deep dive has given you a fresh perspective, maybe revealed some of that incredible interdependence that shapes every single ecosystem on our planet. Maybe consider this as you go about your day. What's one new concept you learned today that really clicked for you, something that made you see things a bit differently? And looking ahead, thinking about all this raises a really important question for all of us, doesn't it? How do humans, with our own very unique roles, and, let's face it, profound impacts, change the niches of other species and ecosystems? Sometimes we do it by accident, sometimes intentionally.
Oh, that is a big question. The human niche and how it affects everything else.
Yeah, something powerful to mull over as you keep exploring the natural world around you.
Absolutely. A great thought to carry with you. Keep exploring, everyone. Keep asking questions. And definitely keep being curious about this amazing world. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.